Good morning, students. Myself, Dr. Vijender Singh Tawar, Associate Professor in English. Presently, I have been posted at Government College, Guda. In the series of video lectures which I am preparing for the students of English literature, this video is meant for class BA part 2nd, subject as you know English literature, paper first, and the topic of the poem is There is a pleasure in the pathless woods. In this video, I have tried to give you the explanation in simple language of the first 3 stanzas of the poem. As it is a long poem of 9 stanzas, so I have taken first to third stanza in this video. Next stanzas will be explained in the next video. As you know, this poem is composed by Lord Byron. Lord Byron was born in 1788 and died 1824. He is one of the 5 greatest romantic poets of English language, the other 4 being Shelley, Keats, Coleridge, Wordsworth. He was famous in life for aristocratic excesses, including huge dates, numerous love affairs, rumors of his scandalous incestuous liaison with his stepsister. Lady Caroline Lamb has rightly described him as mad, bad, and dangerous to know. Lord Byron was revolutionary by nature. He was a great champion of political liberty. He was such a handsome that he attracted the attention of whole Europe, particularly of the ladies. In 1815, he married, but after 1 year they got separated. And then there was a rumor that he had love affairs with numerous women, one after the other. And the public, which previously revered him, honored him as a hero, from hero he became a villain. And filled with all these kind of misfortunes or griefs, or you can say problems, he left England with an embittered heart. And he traveled the continent, that is Europe. And during his travel, he experienced many things, and those experiences he noted in the form of a book entitled Child Harold's Pilgrimage. The first 2 cantos of that book were published in 1612. He was such a great champion of liberty, political liberty, that he fought against Ottoman Empire with the Greeks, and Greeks for his achievement or for his cooperation honored him as a national hero. He died as he suffered from a fever in Greece there. The poem, which is entitled There is a Pleasure in the Pathless Woods, actually is not a complete poem in itself. It is a part or extract from Byron's long poem, Child Harold Pilgrimage. This poem makes or forms the last 9 stanza of Canto 4. In this poem, the poet describes his love for nature, forests, seas, and all objects of nature. As you know, the first 2 canto were published in 1812, third canto was published in 1816, and the last canto of the book was published in 1818. These are the last 9 stanza of the canto, 4th, or you can say last 9 stanza of the book, Child Harold. And this describes or this presents his love for nature. Now let us do the explanation. of the first part or the first stanza. The poet says, as we know, you will get compulsory question for reference to context, and you have to do four things when you compose or answer the question of reference to context. First of all, you have to give the reference, that is name of the poet, poem, source, when it was published, etc. Then context, that is the background of those lines, and then explanation in simple language of those lines which are given to you, and then after that critical comments. Now the stanza first. The poet says, there is a pleasure in the pathless woods. The poet Lord Byron is a great lover of nature. He says he feels delighted in the jungle where sees no way. That is pathless. There are not intricate jungle in which one cannot come out smoothly. There is no way to get out of it, but he enjoys in such jungles, in such woods. As he loves nature, so he finds himself in the company of nature. There is a rapture. Rapture means delight, pleasure on the lonely shore. When he is on the sea beach and there is no one in the neighborhood, he is all alone, he enjoys, he feels delighted. Why? He gives the explanation in the next two lines. He says, there is society. What he feels, that there is a companionship, particular soul companionship, spiritual companionship in the company of sea. And that companionship is very perfect because where none intrudes, no one can interfere, no one can come, no unwelcome visitor comes there. By the deep sea, in the near the sea. And moreover, music in its role, he feels pleasurable music. He finds music when the sea wave strikes and produces noises. He says, this is very famous line, I love not man the less, but nature more. He makes it very clear. It has become a proverbial line also by Lord Byron, that his love for man is not less. He loves human being. He makes it very clear. But when he has to choose between human being and nature, he will prefer nature. He gives more importance to nature. His love for nature is more as compared to his love for man. From these our interviews here means interactions in each other company. When he finds himself in the company of only nature, in which I steal from all I may be. Very important line. He says when he is in the society, he has to face many problems. Sometimes relatives, friends, or society creates problems and other things which worry a person. But when he is in the company of nature, he forgets all the things of the world. What he has been before, he forgets everything. He just becomes part and parcel of nature to mingle with the universe. He mixes himself with the universe, that is nature, and feel what I can never express. And it is such a kind of feeling which cannot be expressed by him, yet cannot all conceal. Neither he can hide that feeling. Idea is when he is in the company of nature, he enjoys nature so much that he becomes free from all kinds of worries, problems of the world. And he feels so much delighted that he cannot express what kind of delight actually it is. But at the same time, it is also not possible for him to hide that feeling. Now stanza second. In stanza second, the poet again tells us about the power, mightiness of the sea. The sea is very powerful. Roll on means quickly go on, as I have given some meanings also, that is used to indicate that one wants a particular time or event to come quickly. That is, keep on moving, roll on. Thou deep, dark blue ocean, roll. The poet addresses the ocean and says, you keep on moving, continue one after the other steps. Why? Because 10,000 fleets means group of ships, move over thee in vain. A fleet of or a group of 10,000 ships which can attack any powerful nation, any country, but they travel on the surface of the ocean without any problem. In vain, they cannot cause any kind of damage to the sea. Man marks the earth with ruin. Human being who is regarded as very powerful, he can destroy the earth by its powerful weapons. They may be in the form of bomb, etc. That is on the surface of earth. Man has so many destructive weapons that it can destroy, it has ruin of the earth. But his control stops within the soul. But man has no power over the sea. All his power comes to an end as soon as the sea comes in the front. Upon the watery plain, sea, ocean, the wrecks are all thy deed. This destruction which is caused by sea is caused by sea. No human man can do anything. Nor doth remain a shadow of man's ravage. Ravage means ferocity, its attack. On the surface of the sea, whatever may have been done by human beings in the sea, you will not find even a trace of the destruction on the surface of the ocean. Save his own, save means except the oceans itself, when for a moment, like a drop of rain, human beings is powerless before ocean. Just as a drop of rain falls and it disappears, its no trace is visible after some time. In the same way, after some moment, he, whether the human being, sinks into thy depth with bubbling groan. Human being who is very powerful on the earth can destroy anything, is as powerless as a drop of rain on the earth or in the sea, and mixes into the or at the bottom of the sea like a raindrop having last grown before drowning. Without and he is buried at the bottom of the sea without having a grave, unnailed. Unnailed means no church bell is rung at his death. Uncoffined, no, neither he gets any kind of shroud or coffin. And unknown, and he also remains unknown as the sea is very vast. Nobody knows where one is buried. The idea is human being who is so powerful on the earth can destroy, can cause ruin, destruction, etc. But when comes before the ocean, it becomes powerless. and even the sea can cause his death, and the man is so helpless that neither he gets any kind of ceremonial burial ceremony before death. Now the third stanza of this poem. His steps are not upon thy paths. Steps means footprints. Men or human beings on the earth leaves their footprints that they cause this destruction, that is destruction. But on the ocean, after you have crossed a particular area, no trace is visible. Thy fields are not a spoil for him. That is, the sea contains a large number of treasure house, rich diamonds, etc. If they are on the earth, they can be looted. They can be, we can say, explored by human beings. But on the earth, this is possible. As far as sea is concerned, it is impossible. Human being cannot get the booty from the sea. Thou dost arise and shake him from thee. Even ocean is so powerful that when it comes in its usual or abnormal form, it can shake the confidence of human beings. The wild strength he wields and the extremely unpleasant strength which he uses, that is human beings uses, for earth's destruction thou dost all despise. Despise, hate, feel contempt. And that strength which can cause the destruction of the earth, ocean does not care for that strength. He feels, that is ocean feels contempt for that kind of strength. Because ocean knows that this is powerless before his power. Spurning him, spurning, rejecting him from thy bosom to the skies. Sometimes there is a storm in the ocean, and due to the storm, human beings are thrown up in the sky by the waves and send a stream, and then human beings come down on the surface of the ocean as shivering in thy playful spray, and human beings cars shivering, they tremble in playful, unsympathetic waves, because ocean does not care for human beings whether they be king or normal human beings or whatever they may be. And howling, otherwise human beings become trapped, or he become trapped inside the waves, and he sees no chance of coming out of those waves, and howling to his gods, or crying. The human beings starts crying, praying to their gods to save them. Where happily lies, happily by chance lies, his petty hope in some near port or bay. That is a trivial hope that he may be saved. Near, he will be reached by the grace of God, some near port, etc., or some bay. Human beings pray to God for their safety. But ocean does not care for all these things and dashed him again to earth. Dashed means strikes against the earth. There let him lay. There he keep on lying. Human beings keep on lying. That is, human beings who are very powerful on the earth with all its force and weapons, etc., become powerless before ocean. Human beings cannot do anything to ocean. Ocean remains unaffected by the power of power of the ocean. Power of man is no power before the ocean's power. Human beings become if victim powerless, who is very powerless. Such kind of victims are visible human beings before the ocean. Thank you very much.